Okay, my name is Zakashi, guys, and in this video here we've got a Chrono Crystal guide. This is the 5th anniversary Chrono Crystal guide to help you guys get Goku and Frieza if you haven't got them already. Even if you aren't looking to get them and you're just looking to save, this Chrono Crystal guide will aid you in increasing your Chrono Crystals so that you can be better off for whatever comes in the future, whether it's part 2 of the anniversary, whether it might be movies, GT, whatever tag, or even part 3 where we're most likely going to get Ultra Vegito Blue, just putting it out there because you know that's me. But yeah, this is going to be a Chrono Crystal guide like I've already mentioned. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video. If you're still summoning, good luck, honestly. Even if you're summoning for Ultra Hit, which is quite insane to me, good luck on everything, saving, wear, or summoning. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video, man. If you haven't already, make sure to press that subscribe button, man. We're on this grind to 50,000 subscribers. We're very close there, about 4,000 off 3,000 and something. So if you're new here, you know what to do here. Press that red button, man. But I'm not going to hold you guys up any longer. This is a Chrono Crystal guide. You guys want to know the best ways to get CC. So let's get into the video now. Number 1 on this list, we've got raids. Now raids are probably the most consistent way to get Chrono Crystals, but what I want to mention is that if you are above 20,000 Chrono Crystals, the raid is not going to be your best friend, because the Chrono Crystals you can obtain from the raid won't be available to you since there's a Chrono Crystal cap. Once you get to 20,000 Chrono Crystals, you can't get Chrono Crystals from the exchange shop or the actual shop, which means using your actual money, besides from a few things like the mission plan and the digger robots. But here we've got the raids. They're going to be doing 7 total raids. There's going to be 7 total raids, and each raid will offer you 700 Chrono Crystals. So in total you can get 4,900 Chrono Crystals, which is what they actually said in the reveals and stuff. It would be nicer if they gave us 7 raids and it was 1,000 each, but hey, you can't complain because it's still more than the usual 3,000 or 4,000 we would get. We're getting 900 more, so that's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. So make sure to play the raid. Overall you'll get a bunch of Chrono Crystals, some other rewards as well. Generally speaking, it's just going to be very good for resources in, all out. So take advantage of the raid. I'd say the raid is easily the most profitable event in the game that consistently comes out every single month. But because it's the anniversary, they're going to be doing a non-stop raid. It's literally 7 back to back. 4,900 Chrono Crystals up for grabs. This is a big grab. It's not going to happen straight away, but of course this is something you can actually do to obtain Chrono Crystals, and this is the first one on the list. Okay, so number 2, we've got the Legends Battle Royale. The Battle Royale comes around almost every month, even twice a month at times, and all you have to do is literally play PvP between an allotted time so that you can get a maximum of 300 Chrono Crystals. Now the same way I mentioned with the raid, there is a Chrono Crystal cap because you can get the CCs through the Battle Royale exchange shop, which is actually a bummer. They should just make it missions, to be honest, but it is what it is. You have to play within the allotted time slot. So there's the Battle Royale going on, and it's only available to play between certain periods of time. So you can see here the event times: 8 to 12 for me, 2 to 6 for me, and then 11 to 3 for me. So I can only actually play the battles which will get me the Battle Royale medals during those time slots, which is something to really note, because if you play PvP you can play whenever, Treasure Battle you can play whenever, but this is specific time slots, you have to catch it. So check the news for whatever time zone you're in, or you can transfer the time zones that you can see on my screen to whatever time zone you're in to actually make sure that you can catch it. On top of that, you get the battle medals of course, and you can buy 300 Chrono Crystals. I believe each 100 Chrono Crystals costs 2, so it costs 6 medals to actually get the full 300 Chrono Crystals from the Battle Royale exchange shop. I think I actually have one open, because obviously I'm at 38,000, 39,000 Chrono Crystals. So if I go to the Legends Battle Royale shop, you can see here I've got 10 medals and it costs 2 for each 100, and I can buy it 3 times, so that's 300 Chrono Crystals. It's not a lot, but of course when it comes to Chrono Crystals you need every single way possible to actually get your Chrono Crystals. So hey, make sure to take advantage of the Battle Royale. Make sure to open PvP every single day, because if you don't open it then you won't get the tickets, and you can get about 10 tickets and you get to do 10 battles. So make sure to open PvP every day, because you get 2 tickets per day if you don't log in and open the PvP section specifically. So I mean, pressing PvP, you won't actually get the Chrono Crystals. You won't get the tickets to actually play the game mode so you can get the Chrono Crystals. If you're new here, then this is going to be a big one for you, but if you're not, you guys would already know about this one. Soul boosting is a very big factor to actually getting Chrono Crystals, probably the biggest early game, and there's just so many characters, as you can see. Now what I'm going to do here is press this here, and I'm actually going to change it to boost panels unlocked. So unlocked boost panels here at the bottom left, and you can see that all of these characters here, they take a bunch of souls panels to actually get to the max, right? Soul boosting gives you chrono crystals, so every time you do, I believe it's 100 panels, you get about maybe 10 chrono crystals, and that might sound like a short amount, but if you think about it, you can easily soul boost these guys very, very fast. Now what's very, very good as of recent, they've actually removed custom, I believe it's the custom souls. So some of the characters have like very specific souls where they have their own image on the souls, but now they've just left it so that it's just by element. So you can literally just go in, I'm going to take EX Topper as an example, go to soul boost, and you literally do unlock all, and I've literally done 426 just there. Well, I didn't do 426 because I have no souls. How does that even make sense? I'm so broke, but that's besides the point. I'm not going to use EX Topper, but you can imagine if you had souls and they're very easy to get, you can do all of these. You can see all my characters are done 426, 46, 46. Even the Zenkais, they get double the amount, so that's even better, honestly. Well, I don't even think it's double, but hey, it's a lot more, so you can get a lot of soul panels done. Make sure to soul boost. I believe it's up to about 200,000 soul boost panels before they actually stop giving you chrono crystals, so that's a lot to go, man. That's a lot to go, especially if you're at a low amount. You get 426 per regular sparking, or EXs and heroes and ultras. So I advise that you start with your ultras, then you head over and do your sparkings, then you head over and do your extremes as well, and you can see it's just getting bigger and bigger, the pool of characters, and you'll just be amassing chrono crystals like no tomorrow. If you need chrono crystals fast, this is the way to go. Soul boosting is insane. The next method I'm going to show you is called equipment rolling. It's a very underrated method, and I like advising it for people that don't really care too much about the game, but they really want to get the characters that they like. So what you'd want to do is actually go to your equipments, right? And I'm going to show you how to get the equipments in a sec, but I'm going to show you how to do it first. So I'm going to use this equipment, for example. I always use this one, the Dragon Fist equipment. So what's good about this equipment is that the first slot, as long as it's good, you can get it to a Z, and you can see this third slot is what's really where the magic is. So these specific equipments, they come with these third slots where they have specific conditions. So it's either you get option 1, option 2, option 3, where you see most equipments actually give you a percentage based on stat. So you can see here 5 to 8%, you'll get a percentage between one of those numbers, right? But this one here, you don't get a percentage between any numbers. You either get option 1, option 2, option 3. Right now I've got the lowest option and it's still a Z. So every time I actually re-roll this equipment using my slot removers on the top left, I would actually be re-rolling a Z. And what actually gets you chrono crystals in this sense is re-rolling the Z equips. So every time you get a Z equip, you get basically a stat increase on the missions, and then when you get to about 10, every 10 you're literally getting 10 chrono crystals, and I believe every 100 A or higher you also get another 10 chrono crystals. So you're getting 2 missions done at once if you're repeatedly rolling. Let me actually show you in action. So I'm just going to use one slot remover. No matter what I get, if it's the lowest or not, I re-roll it, it's a Z, and that would count towards the missions of me actually re-rolling Z's. Now if you want to go ahead and claim the missions, it's over here in the mission section. Of course, you go to the events and it's in the Z missions. It should be somewhere here. If I have any, you can see here A or higher, and there's also a Z or higher one, but I believe I've cleared it out. If you want to go ahead and get the equipments, there's multiple ones. It's not just the one I used, but I just used the Dragon Fist one specifically. For example, you go to Ultimate Equipment Collection and you want to take one of these ones where the characters' faces are on it. Not all of them have that 3 option slot mechanic. So 4Q's does, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's does, Half Crops is Amasu's does, I believe Cell's does, I'm not sure about Full Power Frieza, Bardock does, Jiren does, but these ones at the top don't. So be very careful. Pick one of the ones with the characters' faces on it. Just use probably Super Saiyan 4 Goku's for examples, because it doesn't even matter which one you use. It's just about you getting a Z. What you want to do is get a good first slot, so try to get a red or a yellow slot for the first slot. The middle slot can be decent, and then even if the third slot is at the lowest tier, if it's still a good first and second slot, it will be a Z regardless, and you've basically got infinite Z rolling as long as you don't care about your slot removers. Very useful, very valuable. I advise you do this if you don't care about slot removers at all. It also costs a bit of Zenny, just to put that out there, but really and truly more than anything else, you want your chrono crystals, right? So it's a method you can use. This one's for the guys that are feeling really cheap, but we got the friendship rank here. You can get about 1 chrono crystals every single day, even more than that. So what you want to do is actually make a good friendship team. Now I've got my friendship team here. It doesn't really matter who's on the team, it's more so to do with the equipment. So this equipment here is very, very valuable because it increases the amount of friendship points you get, and if you put 1 on every single unit on the team, you'd actually increase the amount of chrono crystals you get tenfold. You want to try get every slot to Z+, and where you can get this is from the Z medal shop if you're curious, and then once you form a team, just pick whatever units you want. Now if I go to my character list, right, I open up my character list and I just turn on all the filters, and then I also change this setting to friendship rank, you're gonna see that I have a lot of units that are even at friendship rank 1. But if I do one let's fight, so if I go to event now and I go to upgrade at the bottom, I've already done them today, but every let's fight I do, pretty much they would level up 1 and I'd actually get a chrono crystal just like that. I think it's maybe 3 chrono crystals as well. So it's just a little thing that you can do consistently every single day. If you use a different character, you'll be racking up chrono crystals if you get everybody in your character box to level 2. I just don't really care because it's a very cheap method, but every little counts in my opinion. And on top of that, I believe in this new event for the 5th anniversary, this one gives you friendship points as well, so you can use this as well. So you've got 2 options, and sometimes they also give a bonus event which actually is for friendship points. It's not here at the moment, but it's usually in this recommended section, just to point that out there. I also should mention as well, you are in favor of getting chrono crystals if you actually go ahead and collect from the more legends missions, I believe. So over here there should be missions that correlate to your friendship points, getting characters up to like friendship 5 or 10, I believe, and it depends on how many characters you do. So over time you could actually work towards that as well if you want to actually get chrono crystals. The story mode, easily the most profitable section of the game, where you can actually just grind and get chrono crystals. Now you can see there's already 14 parts, so it's a bunch of chrono crystals that you can get, and I like doing the calculation to show people how really serious it is about getting chrono crystals. So let's just take part 2 because it's got 728 stars, right? We're gonna assume every single star is 3 chrono crystals, and even with that, it's not literally, because the last clear sometimes isn't chrono crystals and whatnot, but let's assume it is. So you get 728 challenges, right? If we do 728 and then we actually times that by 3, you actually get 2,000 chrono crystals just in part 2 alone, and that doesn't even account for the missions tab. So every time you actually clear a mission, right, you actually get chrono crystals off that. That also doesn't account for the first time clear. The first time clear you get 10 chrono crystals usually, so you get chrono crystals from the challenges. The first time clear you get chrono crystals from the Z missions, so you can see all these challenges here that I've got as well for clearing the story. Then you also get more chrono crystals from the more legends missions. So story just gives you chrono crystals in like 5 different departments for doing literally one thing. Some of them don't even have to play, they're like chapters. After you get to certain points, you literally just skip through the story mode where they're showing a cutscene and some reading that you might want to do if you're interested, and then you just get chrono crystals just for clearing it. It's really mad how many chrono crystals you can get from story mode, and if you haven't done it, I don't know what you're doing. What I advise, if you want to get chrono crystals fast, just play through it and don't worry about the challenges, because you'll still be getting the first time clear and you'll still be getting from the missions, so you can actually go through that, and naturally you'll clear some challenges anyways by default, so you actually be working on these more legends missions on top of that. So just go ahead and clear all of it fast, and you can go back and do the challenges later if you're desperate for chrono crystals later as well. Now we've got the event section. Now usually I just mention the events vaguely and actually just tell you what would be the best order to do things, but there's actually a bunch of chrono crystals now to be gotten through events. So definitely play the Don't Give Up Universe 7 event. It's a new event. It's something that you should just play because there's chrono crystals free the first time clear and the challenges. But then there's this event here where you can get easy 500 chrono crystals. 500 chrono crystals just for clearing it. It was so easy. Literally once you get to this stage, I believe you get your 500, and then this one here, this is just a cutscene I believe, and then this is just an extra bonus battle that you can do, but it's chrono crystals all around, which is dope. Now what I want to advise for you guys to do is to actually clear the recommended section first, because most of these usually have time limits. Thankfully they don't right now, and the Zenkai Ultra Space Time Rush doesn't give you chrono crystals, but the original series usually has time limits as well. But because it's update day to day, there's no time limit, so you can assume they're going to last quite a decent time. But whenever you see a time limit, so for example on the Ultra Space Time Rush you see 10 days left, the Gauntlet is 3 days left. We want to prioritize those over anything else, because they're going to disappear, and if it disappears it might not come back ever, or it might not come back for a very long time. Now you want to catch it before the refresh, so as soon as it refreshes, imagine it's going to refresh tomorrow, you complete it today, then you have a whole new set of chrono crystals to get tomorrow in an event you probably haven't done. So definitely prioritize what's on a countdown. I also want to mention that you shouldn't really care about the upgrades, because most of them don't give chrono crystals. So let me give you an example. If I actually go to I think the bonus battle, if I actually go to Super Jenny, let me check the challenges. Yeah, you can see they give Zenny instead of Chrono Crystals. You do get for the challenge complete at the bottom, but it's only 5, whereas other ones would actually give you Chrono Crystals all the way down. There's also some missions in the special, but these don't expire, so you can take your time about them, but there's Chrono Crystals to be gotten there. So just generally overall, play all the events, but I'm giving you like a guide for the order. Usually here as well, the Zenkais underneath, they don't disappear, but you see these 2 events at the top, so Kaba, both of them, they're gonna have timers on them because those usually cycle with something new. So bear that in mind when you're actually playing through the events. The order you do them matters, but depending on when you're watching this, it's not really going to make a difference. We got PvP. It was always going to make the list. It's probably the most consistent form of Chrono Crystals you can get, because every 2 weeks you can get up to 1,000, sometimes 2,000 Chrono Crystals. Now what's even more special is that they're actually bringing in a new special treasure bonus battle where you're actually going to be able to get more rewards, which possibly could mean more Chrono Crystals. But outside of that, you get the usual Chrono Crystals that you can get per season. So you can see a rank 1, which you're not aiming for and you're not going to get unless you're that guy. And you're probably not that guy, because I'm not that guy. But you're not that guy. We're not that guy. But maybe you can be that guy. Number 1 is going to get the most Chrono Crystals. Then everybody else pretty much gets the same, as long as you can place in the top 10,000. So you can see here, even though it says 800, right? Obviously if you're above that, you can get 900, 900, 1000, so on and so forth, right? You also get Chrono Crystals for depending on where you rank in your group. So regardless, it's going to count up to about 1,000 Chrono Crystals if you can place in the top 10,000 in the world, which is actually not as hard as it seems, as long as you can build one good team. You also get a bunch of other resources, which is really good. So just go ahead and make sure to do that. But the actual PvP section coincides. It collaborates with other parts of the game and other parts of the game where you can get Chrono Crystals, such as your mission plan, but I'll mention that later in this video. So definitely be sure to play PvP. Very effective source of Chrono Crystals, but you need to make one good team and actually get better. If you're looking at how to get better, there's Legends PvP guides in the game, but I've actually got guides on my channel as well where I've used hand cam, so you can actually see a more in-depth view of playing PvP, not just learning but actually seeing it in action. So definitely check out my channel if you haven't already. I've got channel PvP guides literally at the top, so that's there for you. I'm here for you. Literally in the same boat as PvP, Tournament of Power works the same way. Every 2 weeks you can get 1,000 Chrono Crystals. Rarely ever is it 2,000 Chrono Crystals. I don't think I've ever seen it be 2,000 Chrono Crystals, but you literally just need to make one good team and then you'll be able to progress. But what's really important about TOP is that you don't die. Now you can get 1,100 Chrono Crystals. I usually get 1,100, I believe, or 1,200, but you just need to be able to place within pretty much the top 25%. And then you also get a regular season reward, and you also get Chrono Crystals for making it to the top, which is actually important. So as long as you don't die, it's fine. There's multiple things you can do to actually make sure that's the case. Copy one of the top teams, increase your friendship rank of the units you're going to use. You can copy my team as well, but it's not the best team. It's just that everybody's friendship 10, and friendship points actually make your unit better in TOP, but it maxes out at 10. I'm also going to link well, on the left of the screen, this is the right, so you're this left here, but it's my right. There will be Azdeek and Pomzul. Pomzul's server is easily the best Discord server for TOP. I use it all the time and it works because I'm not a TOP advocate. I'm not going to act like I'm the pioneer or I know all the best things. I just know the basics and enough to get myself some Chrono Crystals. So I'm here to deliver you guys that same message. Azdeek does YouTube videos on the guide all the way through, so you might want to watch him as well. But as long as you have one good team, you should be able to make it all the way to the top without dying. And it's very important, again, I have to emphasize, do not die, because you will lose your bonus and you won't be able to reach the top ranks. Dying literally cuts you off and you'll be done. The bonus that you have is so low in comparison to people that didn't die. You pretty much lost yourself out on even 100 Chrono Crystals. Okay, that might be stretching it, but you guys get my point. Don't die. It's very important that you don't die. This is a team I use, but again, I'm not advising that it's the best team. It's just because I have all the friendship points and I also have good equips as well. Equips play a big factor in TOP, I'm not gonna lie. Next up, we got hyperdimensional co-op. I need to actually go ahead and play it, but people should definitely play it, man. There's multiple reasons to actually play co-op now, not just like before where there was only like one. There's actually multiple reasons to play it. So you can see here in the exchange shop, there's two now. Oh, dope. We got the dual coin exchange shop, right? The dual coin exchange shop right here. You can actually get Chrono Crystals at the bottom, 1,500 for 100, and you can buy that 3 times, which is 300 Chrono Crystals. So if you're playing got hyperdimensional co-op, you'll be good. Well, of course, we got the arts calls if you want to arts boost and whatnot, make your units more OP. So that's just another reason overall. Cool. That's the first step. If you go to the every clear there's obviously challenges, so definitely go ahead and get your chrono crystals off the challenges. I need to do all the other difficulties, which I'm going to work through a second. But then there's another exchange shop, which is dope because of the medals, and I'm assuming there's going to be chrono crystals in here, and if there's not, how tragic. There's not. So yeah, you got the one exchange shop though. Take it in, take it in. You need all you can get. You need all you can get. Now the mission plan, I mentioned this earlier briefly in the PvP section, but why I like to mention this later on is because the mission plan actually links in with almost every part of the game. So if you're doing everything else to get chrono crystals, you're going to end up completing your mission plan. Always pick the battle lovers plan because it gives you the most chrono crystals, whereas the other plans give you less, but maybe more of other resources, but really and truly you want the chrono crystals. So pick the battle lovers plan and you pretty much want to clear it. And if you want to go slightly pay to win, it's probably the best thing you can buy pay to win wise, simply because if you're not pay to win, you're only getting what, 500 chrono crystals free to play from the mission plan. It's still better than nothing, but of course if you buy the premium, I believe you can get 2,000, maybe 3,000. I believe it's 2,000 though, so it's 1,500 on top, which is actually amazing, of course. So if you want to go ahead and buy that, and I believe your first time purchase is actually the cheapest, it's even half price or something, so that's even dope if you want to go slightly pay to win. Just putting that out there. But the mission plan is easily a very effective method for you guys to actually get chrono crystals. In the same boat, we got the missions. Just generally the missions, make sure to do all the missions. There are a bunch of anniversary missions, specifically this thank you for 5 years anniversary special missions. You got to be collecting those medals. Like I just went to the exchange shop, so if I actually go to the exchange shop again, where is it? Thanks for 5 years. Collect a bunch of these and you'll actually be able to actually get chrono crystals very well. So you can get the 4,000 chrono crystals. Very easy to do. It's going to happen over time. The raid is probably going to be your biggest source if you want to grind, but you can also get through co-op, I believe, which is dope. And there's going to be obviously missions, so for example here in the Legends Adventures and even the hoi poi. So it's all over the game. All over the game you can grind to actually get the medal, so you can get your 4,000 chrono crystals up as fast as possible. But it depends on you literally putting in the effort so you can get the missions done. But in that same boat, be sure to do your mission plan. I mean, is your mission, no, your daily missions, your mission stamp rally, so you can get 1,000 chrono crystals extra if you actually make it to the 14th day by doing it every single day. So one thing I need to mention is that you need to be consistent if you're going to be playing Legends. It's a gacha game, so they reward you on logging in every single day. So if you're logging in every single day, you could actually make it to the end of this roadmap to get your chrono crystals, which will actually help you out in the long run, of course. But if you're not logging in every single day or reset, that you'll get further away from actually getting the 500 chrono crystals at the end. So definitely be sure to capitalize on playing every single day, just doing your daily missions. The daily missions are mad easy to actually complete the stamp rally, very easy. So just do all of them and you'll be good, man. You'll be good. The next section, I don't like mentioning this, but I think I should because it's a big factor. RNG is a big factor of actually getting chrono crystals. Now if you don't know what RNG is, it stands for random number generator, and it's basically the principle that anything that happens to you is based on luck, because you don't know what number you're going to get. It's random, it's all generated by numbers. You know how computers work, what zeros and ones going forward. Cool. So there's lots of sections where RNG applies. When I say RNG, it basically just implies luck. So the treasure battle, you can get, I believe, like if you're lucky, I need the reward list. Is there a reward list I can look at? I guess not. But there's a bunch of rewards you can get. I believe you can get 1,000 chrono crystals if you're lucky, which is actually very dope. Outside of that, there's also the shop. The shop is a big factor because they give you that gift that you can get every single day. So if you actually get a good reward, you can get V-Power. I believe there's chrono crystals as well. And I believe on the weekend, the adventures, they give you chrono crystals as well. I've actually got one done right now. Maybe I'll get one because it is Saturday. Let's see, chrono crystals? No chrono crystals. I got energy, so that's tough. And the last thing, there's actually now the spin roulette thing where it's just RNG. I think it's only for the anniversary, hopefully to keep it on, but it's just a wheel that spins and you don't know what you're gonna get. If you get something good, that's dope. If you don't, then that's tough. But again, RNG is a big factor of getting chrono crystals. But hey, just to put it out there, there are sections that you can capitalize on as a result of getting chrono crystals. Now to end the video, the last section, which is easily the most profitable section, and I feel like I've said that multiple times, but of course this is not available to everybody because not everybody wants to go pay to win. The shop, considering its anniversary, this is a very good time to actually be paid to win because you want to capitalize on all the new units, and they put out some hefty sales so that you guys can summon and actually get what you need if you want to go pay to win. If you got shafted, you could just buy your chrono crystals and you'll be alright, but I guess it's not always you'll be alright because you don't know what you're gonna get every single time. So hey, we got the shop section. If you want me to advise you the best things you could buy, I would say the mission plan first. The digger robots are very good as well. The weekend sale over here, it's more expensive but it's very profitable. This sale here, the pack of 1,000 chrono crystals, those would say are definitely the good options for you to buy in the shop if you are considering going pay to win. But again, it's not for everybody, but I'm just putting it in here because it is an option to get chrono crystals. Okay, that's going to be the end of the video, man. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Hopefully it was helpful. I'm bringing this every single time a new unit drops, especially a hype unit, and considering it's the 5th anniversary, everybody wants to know how they can get chrono crystals so that they can actually get the best luck that they can get for the summoning banners. With that being said, whether you're saving or summoning, hopefully you guys get good luck whenever you decide to spend your chrono crystals. But appreciate you guys for watching the video, man. Press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 50,000 subscribers. I'm gonna leave the video like that, man. I appreciate you guys for watching the video. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.